Okay, folks, Andrew Bopros here. Well, happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. I'm excited to talk about some of the transactions that just happened recently with the Chargers. One I did predict actually on our live that James and I did right after the game on Tuesday, which I thought was really interesting. But, you know, I don't want to take too much credit. It's actually pretty easy to pick that one. But we're going to go into them. There's a few that do matter. One that's extremely interesting, guys, that we picked up a veteran safety. We unfortunately lost someone that I really like. So let's talk about it. It's going to be a good video, guys. And again, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great time with your family and friends and enjoy the holidays. So, guys, let's get into it. Okay, folks, as always, I'm Andrew Bopros. Again, like and subscribe. Again, guys, it takes you 2 seconds. It's free 99 to hit that like button. Make a comment. It does help out. Again, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Hope you have a great time with your family. Well, so let's talk a little about this. Joe Ortiz is still cooking, guys. And I think, it's really interesting what happened and what transpired. That's why I'm excited to do this video, because the progression of what happened and what we ended up getting is actually a positive rather than a negative, maybe a negative more in the future. I'm going to go into that as well. But Joe Ortiz and this coaching staff is still doing a great job going out and getting players and retaining talent, or at least getting the best 53-man roster we possibly can get. Pretty interesting. So Joe Ortiz is cooking, guys. So McAllen Castles, we did release him this week. He was completely released. Nobody claimed him off waivers, but we just re-signed him, I believe, yesterday or the day before. So he is now back on the practice squad, which I think is exciting. And again, I like McAllen Castle. If you recall, we had a video about him. I know James did a video with him in the draft. We actually met with him. Clearly, this coaching staff likes McAllen, and I think there's a future for him. But again, we're trying to field the best 53-man roster as possible. The nice thing about him, he will do a good job on the practice squad. Hopefully, maybe retain a spot for next year. Who knows? Injuries, knock on wood, we don't have anymore. Could get called up as well too. But it's exciting to have him back. Looks like Fisk is the really third tight end for the most part, because his blocking prowess, he's done a really good job with that. So, and anyway, the nice thing is that this guy's the next tight end up, moving forward, which is exciting to see. So I think, clearly we're happy to have him back in the roster. Now, the one that hurts, guys, and this one is, again, I'm going to explain. This is really interesting, because when we made all the transactions, we brought Eli Apple up. We actually waived AJ Finley, and we waived AJ Finley, man, in this picture right here. Again, he's a safety I've really liked for this team, but the Seattle Seahawks scooped him up, right? And again, the Chargers claimed AJ Finley. I believe that, what day was that? The 26th. So 2 days ago, unfortunately, we lost him. So he is no longer with the Chargers. He's with the Seahawks, which is unfortunate. But again, why it makes sense for him specifically is, again, we run very similar defense, and, he understands and can probably step in and do a very good job for the Seahawks as well. So it's unfortunate though, but bottom line, look, it's frustrating. There's a whole point of the waivers, and that's one thing I do love about the waivers, but I also dislike about the waivers, is you're taking a risk when you waive people and bring people from the practice squad up, and then you try and bring them back down. When you allow them to go back down, you have to waive them, so then they become completely available for anybody to scoop up at any given moment, right? So that's where the conversation gets a little weird. Again, that's why the Seattle Seahawks claimed AJ Finley. So unfortunately, we lost AJ Finley, but we did sign a safety, which is, again, the risk of signing people, waiving people. And here's the one that matters. We did sign a veteran safety by the name of Marcus Maye. Marcus Maye actually started all 12 games for the Dolphins. Now, what I mean by starting, he didn't actually start. He started 3 games, but he was suited up for all 11 games this season, which is really interesting. And he's a 31-year-old veteran. It was a huge risk for them to actually, even waive him for this game. But they wanted to bring up a veteran or a rookie, I think, from the practice squad. Again, it was a calculated risk for the Dolphins. It did not pay off because AJ Finley was scooped up by the Chargers. The Chargers said, who's the next best person we can go get? We want a safety. And Maye was available. They grabbed it. He's getting paid. He's a former second-round pick. He's making $1.2 million this year. And, again, I'm reading a bunch of different articles. They said, there was a chance another team will claim him. Well, the Chargers did, guys. We came in, we scooped him up, we got Maye, and he's now part of the Chargers. And, it's interesting because, again, that's one thing I really love about the waiver system for the NFL, but it's also one of the things that's very frustrating about the waiver system because, it's a calculated risk. You have to make a decision, right? Well, who's a person we could bring down we think you'll keep? And that's where you don't want to let people go that way, right? That's why I think our IR is getting so large for the Chargers. We're not actually waiving people, we're just keeping people on the IR. We can talk more about that on our live episode, but I do believe that's why our IR is getting so bloated. It's a way of retaining people that we know other teams would scoop up, in my opinion. But veteran free agent, like as I mentioned, he's played 11 games, 3 starts in 2024. He's racked up 30 tackles, 13 total, 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass defended. Now, again, guys, he ranked 18th in Pro Football Focus in the defensive grade of 70.5 among safeties with at least 250 snaps this year. So that's pretty damn good. So again, you lose A.J. Finley, who was really more of a special teamer, is really kind of a 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th string safety. You bring in a veteran, so in short term, it's actually a better option for the Chargers, right? Because he could come in. We go from there. But I would say Tony Jefferson most likely now will probably get a spot on the actual roster, and Maye will most likely, unless there's injuries, knock on wood, there's no injuries, will probably just be sitting on the practice squad, and that's it. They'll only bring him up when they actually are going to sign him to the roster and not put him back down. But he's a veteran. He's been in the league for a very long time. He's played 88 games, 80 starts, totaling 439 tackles, 8 interceptions, 11 passes defended, and 13 tackles for loss, right? So, again, he was a second-round pick. He went to New York. I think he was 39th overall in the 2017 draft. He was the 5th safety taken in that draft. He's been the bulk of his career with the Jets. Guys, he's at 1,000 defensive snaps, right? So, look, on the one hand, this is bad. On the other hand, it's good in the sense that, we are getting a safety with a lot of veteran presence, which is a good thing for us. And overall, I hate to see A.J. Finley leave because I do think he was a good future, person, in the safety room. But we get a veteran that's going to be great. Now, the nice thing about a veteran like this, too, you could even release him, waive him in the offseason. He'll get scooped up somewhere else. That's an immediate comp pick, guys. An immediate comp pick. There's no way that he's not going to get re-signed, right? So even if we never play him at all, and he never sees the field, he just sits on our practice squad, we release him, he signs with somebody else, we're eligible for a comp pick. So, guys, I love the strategy of what this coaching staff and the GM room is doing. That is extremely smart. So you're thinking about the next step. I cannot praise this team and this team, coaching staff, the GM room. They're doing a great job. I don't want to beat a dead horse. But again, guys, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Hopefully this video was enjoyable to you. Leave a comment down below. Guys, it's free 99. It's real simple. It's real easy. It's a simple ask. Smash that like button. Share the video. As always, Andrew Bros. See you guys next one. Happy holiday. Gobble, gobble till you wobble, wobble. See you in the next one.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.